are. What are you doing? You did an air conditioning for your doggies and not an air conditioning for your wife.
Okay.
He thinks we shouldn't milk twice a day, but you kind of have to milk. All right, who wants to be first?
We were young and we were free and running, never bothered about what could be coming. Every day we danced and life was smiling. We were young and drunk in love.
No blacks, right?
Yeah, no black goats. It's 10 o'clock right now. It's 101 degrees. Oh, just one. Just one.
Two?
Okay, I'll take two.
Okay.
Come on. All right, you go there.
We'll take two.
Come here. Okay, don't tell Kevin. But this winter I'm gonna make him enclose this area and build an indoor milking station. Because it is hot and it's really hard to get the milking done. Because it would be so nice to not die of heat out here. River's such a good girl. She always scoots over for me. Good girl. It's so hard to milk goats throughout the whole summer. And when I think about how many like hot nights I've been milking goats, 16 years now, milking goats morning and night, all year long, except for maybe a break in the winter around Christmas time before we have kids again. That's a lot of milking in the heat.
Get a little Christmas present for a couple weeks.
I know, that's why I'm saying we need to have an enclosed air. You did an air conditioning. You did an air conditioning for your doggies and not an air conditioning for your wife.
That wouldn't really work.
It'll work. Okay, you can take her out. Bring me Twyla. Come on. He says it's not possible, but I know it's possible. We could figure out a way. We could.
Can't really do something here because it's not a room. Can't insulate a fence.
It's so easy. You just build a room.
A whole room?
Yes.
But there's fences and.
Oh, I would have your
sinks
muscles work to take it all down.
Take it all down?
Well, we would repurpose it, but
Oh my gosh.
I got a plan. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. You'll love it.
You can't really insulate the roof because it's already way short. Wouldn't have enough room for our heads.
Raise the roof.
I think it might be easier to not milk
To sell all the goats.
as much. You milk.
Not milk as much.
You don't milk starting in August.
He thinks we shouldn't milk twice a day, but you kind of have to milk twice a day if you want to do legit goat farming. None of this once a day
And you
garbage.
could dry them up in August.
The other thing I want Kevin to build me is an outdoor baby goat cage. Because right now, what we do is, because it's too hot for them to stay in this barn, I know it seems open, but it's actually a lot warmer in there. We've been putting them in these cages at night, but I want like a bigger caged area for them at night. So it'd be cool if Kevin can build off of this, or maybe we kind of not put that big black cage in there, but maybe do something where we have in that far pen a place to put baby goats at night.
Look how good she's doing.
Oh, good girl. So one problem we've been having with Malibu is she's more scared than I thought she would be. She was really friendly at the show, so I was like, oh, but she's been really scared here and we can't really figure it out. So
And she's a weird bottle drinker. She likes to chew it like gum.
She is like this. These are the types of bottles she's used to, but yet she's been a little bit off since she's been here, and I don't know if it's because she's scared or what. Even though she's too big to be on a bottle, we've sort of put her back on it because we really want her to learn that we're friendly. I can't have a skittish goat. It's like a huge problem to have a skittish goat. So we got to make sure that she stays real friendly. Good girl. She kind of like slurp drinks. It's weird. I don't know why she does that. But her name isn't Malibu, it's Lulu. And we're gonna get those collars soon and we'll show what everybody's name is. Hi. Well, I'm bummed, guys, because we have not seen Noodle for a good week now, which is bumming me out because I know having outdoor cats, this is pretty much what happens, but we worked really hard to acclimate him here and to make sure that he stays around this area, giving them like high value treats and things that would make them stay here, and he's really just been on the property. He hasn't really wandered much. But over the last, I would say, week, he's gone further away. Like he went to the front yard and then lost his tracking collar. Come here, kitty kitty. Come down here. So we just have Doodle, and I'm sad because I really like having both of them. But that's the problem, is like I'm sure that they've kept rats away, but how do you keep cats close around here? It's impossible. She's scared of that light. Look at that. They drank all of their electrolytes. I'm so proud of them. A lot of times they don't like electrolytes and they prefer water. So that just shows that they probably needed it if they wanted to drink it. Helps keep their milk up. So we're going to fill this up again. I use this stuff called blue light. Looks just like that. Girls are eating their dinner. Oh, it's hotter than heck here. All right, they got their blue electrolytes that doesn't want to drink right now, but she will. Eventually they'll all drink it. And now they're gonna eat their food.
Just get it all the way, Mom. Oh no! Dad, you saved
Okay, the pond update is it's actually not looking too bad. We have had some algae growth and then it dies off and kind of floats. So that's what I usually do when I first get in, is I sit and scoop up any floating algae. And you can see, so the light green is the microbiome that's supposed to be on the rocks. The darker stuff is stuff that has grown and then since died. And the fish are sometimes eating it too. And then you can see some stuff at the bottom that floats up when we get in. It's actually not too bad considering we're in July. My plant pulling is going pretty good. It took me the first week to do that, second week to do that, and now I'm gonna move on to this next part here. And then we'll move into the bog and pull some of the plants in the back there that are bad and move up finally to the bog, which is not gonna be fun. Then we'll be adding plants along here that are supposed to be better for the pond, and then we have this whole area here, this shelf here to add. And actually we have a little bit of area over here too. We'll be adding more plants soon. This video is sponsored by Hungry Root, and trust me, if you're juggling a busy schedule like I am, you're gonna wanna hear this. Hungry Root takes the stress out of mealtime by planning your meals and filling your cart with personalized grocery picks. You'll take a short quiz, and their smart cart recommends recipes, groceries, and even supplements tailored to your tastes and health goals. I've got a few sensitivities and I really prefer whole, real ingredients, and Hungry Root always nails it. Every order has all of the right foods I want and the brands that I love. I don't have to wander grocery store aisles or try to find the best deal somewhere. Everything's quick to make, pretty much under 15 minutes. Plus, they screen out over 200 additives, so you can feel good about what you're feeding your family. After going to the show, then going to the cabin and working on the cottage, it was so nice to come home and have an entire meal waiting for us in the fridge. Homemade healthy burgers and fries was exactly what we needed. You can take advantage of this exclusive offer. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box, plus a free item in every box for life. Click the link below or go to hungryroot.com/Weedum. That's 40% off your first box and a free item for life with code Weedum. Okay, it's time for us to do some buck training. So we're gonna let little Radar out here. And what we wanna see is he old enough now? Does he have any bucky instincts? Come on, Radar! Luna's gonna come watch.
Who's that?
She just wants pets. She's not really in heat right now. He's such a short, stubby little guy, isn't he?
He doesn't even care.
Well, okay, let's pick him up and bring him over to the girls. All right, girls are excited. Just set him down. He's so little. He's so short. Okay, Radar, we're counting on you. All right. Now, he hasn't been castrated yet, but we're just trying to see if he's interested in the girls, which doesn't seem like he is yet. Radar, what are you doing? Get over here! That's funny, he doesn't even care. Now, technically, I don't think any of the does are in heat, but I still thought he would run to the girls, especially since he is an intact buck. He wants to go back and be with Romeo. Maybe he's in love with Romeo instead. Get over here! You know, most bucks, I bet you if we brought Romeo over, like they're pretty bold with the girls, you know? So my original plan was to raise Radar up and then have him castrated. And then hopefully he can live with the does and be my Radar and be able to tell who's in heat. And so when I'm in breeding season in the fall here, hopefully I have a little helper to help me determine that. And wethers can be good at that. Even though they don't have all the full hormones as a buck, they usually can do a pretty good job. Sometimes it doesn't work out. So that's why I've left him intact until now. And now I'm wondering if I should wait a little bit on the castration because he's definitely not that bucky. We're gonna put Romeo out here. We're gonna see if there's any difference between them. All right, so Romeo has always been a very bucky buck. So we're gonna see if he's the same as Radar here. Yeah, see, he's already smelling the girls. I knew he would do that because he was so bucky as a little kid. Yeah, see, he's already being bucky. I knew it. I'm not really worried because nobody's really in heat right now. And he's a little too short. But yeah, I knew it. It's a good age. They should be able to be pretty bucky at this age. Okay, so I guess we know that Radar should be more bucky right now. So I don't know what to do. Okay. I've done some research, I've talked to our vet. Here are the options of what we could do with Radar. Now originally, the reason why I wanted to have a castrated male, what we call a wether, out with the herd was so that I could have a good heat detector. Last year we had a ton of silent heats, but even on a normal year, we have always at least one doe that's hard to know if she's in heat or not. So it'll really help with me detecting who's in heat and being able to do AI, but also it will help me with the doling method because I'll be able to see like, oh, are they in heat? And then hurry and breed them as soon as possible to hopefully get more dolings. So the goal is to make breeding season easier for me. So we've got two options. We could either castrate Radar, which removes the testicles entirely and also removing most of the testosterone that he'll produce. So he can't breed and he'll have lower testosterone, meaning he won't get bucky and hairy and smelly. The downside with that is that he may not be able to detect girls in heat. From other breeders, I've heard it both ways. I've heard some say they have wethers that are good at it, and I've heard some say that it didn't work at all or they were really inconsistent. The other option is to do a vasectomy or an epididymectomy, which is a really hard word to learn how to say, which is going to leave the testicles intact, the testosterone stays, and he's still sterile. He still can't breed, but he should be able to detect girls in heat. The downside with the vasectomy and the reason why I really didn't want to do it in the first place is they still develop bucky behavior and characteristics. So he'll get nice and hairy, he'll get smelly during rut, and my worry is that he may be a little too aggressive or just bug the girls too much. Last year we tried to use Pokey as a little junior buck by putting an apron on him and putting him out with the herd. And Kevin and I remember two different things happening, so you guys tell me which one is correct. I remember Pokey being too annoying to the girls, and Kevin remembers that he wasn't very good at detecting and he would just go and sleep and chillax with the girls. So we're in an argument over who's right about that. So I think my biggest worry is that if we castrate him, completely remove testicles, what if we do that and he just does he's never interested in the girls and never really does his job. Kind of a waste of having him here and raising him up and using him at all if he's not going to do anything that he was meant to do. So here are the pros and cons of doing the vasectomy, which I'm wondering if we should do. The pros are he'd be very good at heat detection. And we could even put a marker on him if we wanted to, one of those sheep markers, to see who he mounted throughout the night. So that's a big pro. He also seems to be a calmer, sweeter buck, less aggressive. So personality-wise, he might be best for this option. Like if I had done this with Pokey or Pokey's son Romeo, maybe they're just a little too bucky, a little too aggressive to be a vasectomized buck that lives with the does. The cons are though, with a vasectomy, you gotta pay the surgery costs, which is about $500. He will be smelly. He has all that testosterone. So he's very likely going to be hairy and smelly and pee on himself, which is going to be more pronounced during breeding season and then less so throughout the rest of the year. Then the last con is, will he be too aggressive or just annoy the ladies too much, chase them around? I'm thinking the longer he lives with them, the better he'll get at detecting who's in heat. Young bucks, new bucks, you know, they're not as good at it the first time that they're with a doe, but the longer that they're in that pen, they get better at it. So I think over the span of a month or two during breeding season, he'll probably hone his skills pretty good. But yeah, those are the pros and cons. So comment below and tell me what you would do. Look what I just got in the mail. Little collars for little babies. All right, who wants to be first? Rose? Let's do Rose. Oh, you're so pretty, Rose. Oh, I'm a good guesser of neck girth.
Coco.
That's Coco. She's blue. Okay, this is Bella. She's right there by you. I can't even tell who they are just out of the corner of my eye. It's because I... Oh, that's a little tight actually. She's got a thicker neck. Okay, and then this is Lulu.
Hi.
Ta-da!
Good job, goats.
I got collars with colors. Now you can tell them all apart. Rose is red, Coco's blue, Frankie is orange, Bella is like turquoise, and Lulu is pink.
Yeah.
There you go. There's the colors you wanted. So one thing I always do is, as the little doelings for the year are getting raised up, I like to just look them over every day in the pen and see how they're developing, how they're growing, and it's really kind of fun to see how big they get and how good they look. But mostly, the most important thing for me at least is obviously, like, I want to see growth, but I also really like to see their coats nice and shiny and flat, because then that lets me know they're getting enough minerals, they're getting enough nutrition.
They are so shiny.
And they all are so nice and sleek. I love that. And I can always usually spot a sick goat if they're looking rough, but they all look so nice. And Lulu's kind of warming up, you know? She's not running as much. Rose is gonna eat that collar off.
Oh, Rose!
But this is actually gonna be a good lesson, because having a lot of gold goats, but then having all different body types will be really good to compare when they're adults. Yeah. Like, I can already see some of the differences right now. Like, Rose is already deep. Rose and Lulu are nice and long. Frankie is wide, but she's a little bit smaller or shorter. And then Bella is a little bit just behind because she's so young, but she's really nice and long too. So I'm excited to see her develop more. And then Coco is really long too, but she's a little bit shorter. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I looked up the best potato salad recipe so you guys don't have to. And yes, it's very complicated. And I think I'm gonna do it different next time. But here it is. You can see if this is how you make potato salad, because I thought this one part was a little weird. So first, it just had me quarter the potatoes and then start them boiling. No peeling, no dicing yet. And I was like, okay, cool, let's do it. Meanwhile, I diced up my celery and my onion and then my dill. And while I was still waiting for those potatoes to boil, I mixed up the sauce, or dressing, which is just basically a ton of mayonnaise, some sweet relish, and yes, it does have to be sweet, mustard, salt and pepper, and then paprika. So I mixed that all together, maybe added a little bit of extra salt and pepper, but that was it. And it wasn't too sweet or anything from the sweet relish. It was a good tangy flavor. There was also some vinegar in there too. All right, so after my potatoes were done boiling, and after I had already diced up the boiled eggs, the recipe said that I take the boiled potatoes, guys, and then I peel them and then dice them. And do you want to know how long this took? Way too long. The whole time I was doing this, I was like, why this step? Why this order? Why couldn't I have peeled them and diced them beforehand? I don't know. Maybe there's a scientific reason. Maybe it makes better potato salad, but it really did take forever, and I was not very happy about it. Oh, I forgot to also mention these are Yukon Gold potatoes. But anyways, we get to the end here. I've got the potatoes, then everything else I had diced up. Then I mix the dressing in, and there you have it. Was it amazing? Yes. It was probably the best potato salad I've ever had in my entire life, but it was probably because I was using the Yukon Gold potatoes when I normally use russet. I still think you can peel them and dice them up beforehand. Somebody correct me on this if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's worth it to save the time. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just found Noodle. He's in the front and he ran away from me even though he's so friendly. So we're gonna get some cat food and we're gonna entice him. I think that Kitty! Oh, Kitty, I've got food for you. Where is he? He ran back into the backyard, so he must just like to come into the front yard, but at least he's here and he hasn't gone far away. Okay, so the vet is coming in 2 weeks. We have to make the decision on whether we're gonna go with the castration or the vasectomy. You guys tell me what you would do in this situation. There's always a conundrum and there's always like a problem to solve, and that's life. But I'm excited because we have Paul from Pond Gnome coming. He's going to put a bunch of new plants in the pond and teach us about which ones are best. So I'm super excited about that. We've got about 3-ish more weeks till we can ultrasound Cricket to see if she's pregnant. And in the meantime, we're just gonna be surviving in this heat. So I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week. Oh, in the meantime, if you'd like to go watch a goat castration, we actually filmed it for you. It's right here. We did Winston a few years back, so have fun.